Hello, 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 everyone. Today is the 31st of July, 2026. This is Sebastian. I'm in my kitchen again. And guess what I'm going to make today? I am definitely going to be making some okra soup with egusi. So, egusi okra soup. The okra is definitely from last year's harvest from my garden. And as you can see right here, I have some cow skin. And over here, I also have some meat under there. So you have some cow skin, you have some steak, and then I also have some fish. This right here is the fish. That is some smoked catfish. That is catfish, smoked catfish. And then I'm going to have some crayfish in there. And then, of course, you have the kale from my garden. It's a little worse for wear. That's like freezer burn. But anyway, then I have the red palm oil. Let's bring that in there, red palm oil. I didn't put the company's name in there because they're not paying me. I have no affiliation with them. And of course, I always have to have my Maggi. I always have to have my ginger. I always have to have my garlic and assorted spices. But the biggest ones, ta-da! This right here is the egusi. Look at that consistency. Now, I basically have a giant pot that this is going to be cooked in, and you guys are going to be seeing that in a few minutes when I start cooking. But that's my egusi. Is just one bag, probably 1 pound of egusi. And I just put it in this container, put some warm water in it, and we're about to be having some. And I stuck it in the refrigerator overnight, and she is beautiful. I love this consistency because when I cook egusi, I like a really good chunky. You can see your egusi is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I don't want it to be blended in. Now this goodness right here, I mean, just look at all that. That is straight up collagen. I couldn't stop drinking it, which is why it is only half the amount. When I was cooking the cow skins, look at this cow skin. Let's see. Let's find that. This one right here, look at that. This is a cow skin, and that is deliciousness and straight up collagen. This is just a collagen ball. Okay, my skin looks great. I'm not going to tell you to be boiling and drinking this, but you cannot beat that collagen. I'm going to put it in my mouth and enjoy my life. Anyway, I will meet you guys back here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to start cooking. I'm just washing my hand right now. Well, we're about to start cooking. Oh, you see this right here? That is the skin of the catfish that was dried, and it was really super hard. I had to cook that with the meats. Look at that. That is a really beautiful selection of fish and meat and cow skin. Okay. And there's no pork in here. That is just cow skin, cow meat, and smoked fish. All right, so let me pause this. I'll be back. I'm just going to be pouring it a good healthy amount of palm oil. Ooh, child, that's probably 2 cups, like 2 full cups, because we're not trying to play. And gotta wash my hands again because, well, when you're trying to cook something, I wash my hands a lot. So let's wipe that off, and I'll be back. Well, I'm back. Just throwing in some onions into the red palm oil. Get in there. Okay. So they're in there. And mix it up. I don't exactly want the red oil. Okay, let's take some of this noise off. Oh, hold on. Okay. I don't want the red oil to burn my onions. So, guess what I'm gonna do? I am going to put my crayfish in there. Boom. Okay, crayfish is in. Let's stir that up real quick. All right. And then the okra's gotta go in so that when you actually fry the okra real good, and this is not fresh okra from the garden, this is my okra from my garden from last year. All right. It's not going to be overcooked because my meat is already cooked. My fish is already smoked. Oh man, now you go over there. I need a new, yep, this one will work. I just dropped my wooden spoon. So I like the okra to be mixed up real quick so that it lose some of its, the sliminess that most people associate with okra, and they don't end up liking okra. So I have some high heat going on right now. So next thing I'm going to add is the meat. And okra doesn't take too long to cook, which is why I had to cook everything separately, because it's a delicate vegetable and most people don't even know that. It's very delicate, quick to cook. So now let me throw my meats. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to throw my meats. I have coriander and cumin already in here. I'm going to put my kale. And kale also cooks pretty quickly because it's fresh kale. It's not the one that you get from the store. I actually got this from my garden, so I don't have to pre-cook it or anything. I just got it out of my refrigerator because it's already in the bags. And oh no, you don't. Get back in my pot. There you go. That one was trying to escape. Okay. This is when you're cooking in your own kitchen and things try to escape. You just grab them and put them back. Sometimes you got to talk to your food, right? Okay. Now I am going to add the collagen. Okay, from the boiling the cow skins. That is the leftover fluid. Then I'm going to put about, I want to say 2 cups of water. But okay, you know what? I'm actually not going to measure this, so I'm going to guesstimate that it is going to be 2 cups of water. All right. And then yep. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so delicious. I'm already looking forward to eating this, and it's not even half put together. So maybe 4 cups of water. I already have 2 cups of water, and I don't see what I need to see with it. So 4 cups of water coming up. Actually, ooh, I forgot. I have chicken broth sitting over here. Is it Crafter We Care? Do I want vegetable broth or do I want chicken broth? That is the question. Bone broth works. Beef bone broth. Ta-da. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Beef bone broth. You can't see the beef bone broth. So I'm going to add some beef bone broth in here because I have plenty of that. I also have that's half a container and it is good. Actually, I'm just going to put the whole container. This is still going to end up delicious, okay? I'm not cooking like I normally would cook when I have everything planned, because usually I would have everything all lined up and ready to go. But since I'm not doing that, okay. So now this consistency is what I love. It's coming together. It's looking great. I don't have enough oil to suit my palate. So guess what I'm going to do? excuse me. Guess what I'm gonna do with my palm oil? I'm going to add more. All right. See, now that I have all this in here, I haven't even added salt. I haven't added seasoning. I have a little bit of Maggi in there. So with the meats, so I'm going to add about a tablespoon of Maggi right there. All right. And then I'm going to add a tiny pinch of sage, about a teaspoon. That's how I measure my teaspoon. Yes, it's very accurate and scientific. All right, and then a good dollop of garlic coming up. A good healthy spoonful. Oh, I don't even have a good healthy spoonful. Well, I have the bottom of the jar of garlic, so that will be that. All right, my jar is done, and that's all she wrote. I have some more, but I'm not going to be digging on it or trying to find it. So now I have, that's going in the trash. Now for my ginger, my garlic is in, and for my ginger, I would say a good healthy 2 tablespoons. Okay, because this spoon right here is the big one. It's not the little tablespoon. So let's mix you up. Okay. All right. Now my veggies are good. I'm just mixing everything up extra. All right, we're good. Now I'm going to put this on pause. Well, as you can see, I have a whole lot of red pepper that I've added in the bowl. I'm just mixing it in. I haven't added the red pepper, red oil more yet. Just cooking. Oh, sorry, my thing keeps wanting to bubble. Oh, I keep hitting my camera. Sorry about that. Oh, this looks so good. Okay. I feel pretty good about this dish. I've added some pollo gallo, 2 teaspoons, and I am going to add some red, about another 2 cups of red oil. Where's my red oil? Right there. Okay. So I'll say this is about 2 cups of red oil. There you go. Give you some coloring and some perspective. So now I am going to add all of my meats and fish and cow skin. All right. Sorry. I'm going to back it up a little bit so you get a better view of everything. So let me take this pot over here. I'm not washing my hand. I'm just adding all of my, making sure all the flavors from all of the fish and the meats and everything go together. There you go. So just a little water there. Sometimes when you cook and you're making such deliciousness, I do not want a single thing to go to waste. Okay. So I haven't even added the egusi yet, but I will in a few moments. Look at that. See how that oil just transforms everything? I don't know if I cook this dish for the aesthetic of it alone. Sorry, let me go back up here. Let me see. For the aesthetic alone, because to me, this is aesthetically pleasing. It is just pretty. Okay. It's just a very pretty dish that I like looking at, that I also like eating. But just cooking it is a traditional dish that is pretty delicious. Okay. And I'm not making it Cameroonian style, Nigerian style. It's just how I remember how it was made in the village when I was there, when I was young, in my youth. So just multiple meats. And I'm not even going to taste it yet because I want to add one more thing before I taste it. All right. This one, garam masala. It's going to give it that just a hint of exoticness. This is like half a teaspoon of this one, garam masala. Okay, back home we add all kinds of spices. We add like, country onions and a few other things. But since I don't have those few other things, I'm making do with what I got. All right, so I'm going to taste it after I mix it before adding. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Look at that. Look at that. That is already a healthy pot. If I stopped right now, it's just going to be an okra soup. Okay. If I was to stop right this instant from making this, you're just gonna have a whole big beautiful pot of okra soup, and it's gonna be just fine. This pot is done. Okay. If I just wanted to make okra soup, boom, you got okra soup. No egusi needed. But I'm going to taste this. Where's my spoon? Gonna grab a spoon and get in here. See, the secret to this dish is having everything done. I'm just tasting the sauce right there. Having everything basically done before you add the egusi, because after I add the egusi, I will cover it for 5 minutes and my soup is done. The hardest part of this meal is just preparing everything separately. Okay. I need 2 more. This is a teaspoon, so 2 more healthy teaspoons of this one, pollo gallo. Okay. That's 1 teaspoon and another teaspoon. And then I'm going to need 2 more teaspoons of Maggi, because my brain tells me we don't have enough Maggi. And you also have to know that that's 1 teaspoon of Maggi and another teaspoon of Maggi. See, this is like making a scientific experiment right there. All right. So you also have to remember that I'm about to add my important ingredients, egusi, to make it an okra egusi soup. Oh, wow. This is so good. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. So I have this big jam pot. We're almost good. So get all the flavors in there. Wow. Okay, I am definitely so excited. Yeah, this is delicious. It smells so good. Okay. So maybe I will add a little more crayfish. Is that what my brain is telling me to do? A little more palm oil. Okay. So altogether, you're going to have about 5 cups of palm oil. Don't be shy. This is food. It's delicious and it's healthy for you also. Tell somebody. I'm not a nutritionist, so I'm not a nutritionist, so hey, it's just what I like to eat and I'm maintaining my weight. So hey, you'll make it from home. And this is from very natural ingredients. And I get the vegetables from my garden, the okra and the kale. Man, let me tell you, this to me, I could just sit down and eat a bowl of this by itself. No starch is needed, okay? If you want to make some fufu, some rice, some plantains, fried or boiled, some potatoes, you throw this on top of some fish, it will still be delicious, okay? So however you want to eat this, and I eat it, and I eat this with rice, with some fufu, or by itself, depending on my mood. Now, this is my fun part, adding the egusi. Now, I'm going to just get some clumps of egusi and go here. Clumps of it. Let me stop that. I keep bumping my camera. Clumps of egusi. Just big clumps. Okay, don't be shy. Just throw it in there. It's gonna cook. And once you get all your clumps situated, I'm going to cover it and boil it hard and increase the temperature, because right now it's about on a medium boil and it's bubbling really healthily. Let me take my big spoon out of here. Look at that. That's so pretty. Okay, you sit over there, and I just put some big, huge chunks and lumps and chunks, okay? And I'm not going to be agitating it as much as I was agitating it before. So, there you go. There you go. Oh, sorry. There you go. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to throw the rest in there. I'm going to rinse my bowl. Actually, I can't because my pot is already full. So let's do the best we can by getting the rest of the egusi. That's like little chunks. I hate to be wasteful, but I almost dropped that in my pot. Lord have mercy. Okay. So now I'm going to actually just let this sit there. Where's my cover? My cover is over here. I'm just going to cover it like so. Okay. There. Well, we're definitely looking good. So this is boiled for about a whole 2 minutes. I'm just going to, because I don't want to overcook my okra. So I am actually, see that? Oh, it's nice and creamy. And I also don't want any burns in my pot. So it is so thick that I have to actually make sure it does not burn. So yeah, it is actually trying to burn. So I'm not gonna get the big healthy chunks of egusi. Yep, my pot is trying to burn under here. And I don't want it to burn. That's not the point of this, because it's gonna give me a bitter taste in my soup that I don't want. Oh wow, look at that. It's still gonna be delicious. Okay, hey. So now I'm just slowly turning my pot. So once it gets too hot, oh yeah, that's some delicious egusi soup right there. All right. Close it one last time. Haha. Woo! That's hot. All right. Look at that. Yep. We're almost done. Oh yeah. I have a little bit of stickiness at the bottom, but it's not gonna burn. And we're done. We're done cooking. That is officially my egusi soup. And wow, there you go. Yep, look at all that egusi. Look, my heart is warm. I love it. It is perfect, perfectly cooked. And so this, oh, look at that. Oh, 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 don't want to start a fire. Ow, that was kind of spicy. Okay, so we have right here some okra egusi soup that is just perfectly seasoned, not too complicated. And this is going to be perfectly delicious in so many different dishes. But mostly, I'll eat it with rice, and then I'll eat it with fufu, and then I'll eat it with some plantains. All right? So let's get in there a little bit more so you can enjoy it. See? Now, it looks actually like seaweed. That is not seaweed. That is some carp skin. There's a goosey. And there is the kale from my garden from last year. And the okra is from last year's harvest, 2025. And look at that. Yes. And we're done. I'm going to turn off the fire. And just let it cool down slowly. Thank you for watching. This is Sebastian. I'm in my kitchen again. Bye-bye now.